Right, welcome to part 2 of the review on the Vector Optics Marksman 10x44. Yeah, sorry it's took a while to get to it. I've been sort of in negotiations with the importers and the factory, to be honest with you, about what exactly happens if this thing turns out to be a dud, and also about the spare windage and elevation turrets, or lack indeed thereof of windage ones. Now there's people who've said, you know, you're an idiot, you quite often have different graduations for your windage compared to your elevation. No, why would you do that? Just why would you do that? It makes no sense whatsoever. And I said to the factory about it, and they said, yeah, you're right. So they then said, oh yeah, we could do your son. Yeah, it's going to cost you though. And I thought, nah, sod that. So anyway, let's give it a little review, little test, see if it actually holds together. It's going to be interesting. What's it like to look through? Does it hold its point of impact? How easy is it to zero? Do the points make sense? All these fascinating questions will hopefully be answered, or some of them anyway. Well, this is a view through the scope. Now, my range is 25 yards, and the focus on it is saying it's less than that, so I don't think that's accurate. Right, I've had a couple of practice shots. You can see they're right down, off to the left, and very low. So now have a look at the bottom target, and these are going to be proper aimed shots. Right, I'll now adjust the scope by the number of clicks that I think it needs to get it to the centre. Then we'll switch to the top centre target and see where we are on the paper. Now that's interesting. The elevation adjustment worked out just fine, but the windage you can see not quite right. So something's not quite right. Now the elevation is sorted, but the windage has adjusted. Finally, I found the centre of the target. About time. The sight, it's okay. That's all I'll say about it, really. I wouldn't go swapping your hawks for one, but if you can't afford a hawk, then it's not a bad alternative. Right, let's wrap up the video, do the final summary. So, Vector Optics Marksman. Well, you saw it sort of skipping about as I was doing the zeroing, and for some bizarre reason the elevation adjustment seemed to adjust windage and vice versa, but I got it central in the end, and I rattled through 100 pellets and the adjustment didn't change. It held 0 for that period. So let's hope it was just some sort of bizarreness inside of here. Something wasn't quite right. Who knows? I don't know. I'm going to hold on to the scope. I think I owe it to you to do a long-term test on it, really. So as you can find out from me, if there's any problems, I'll bring a video straight out if I have any issues with it, and I'll let you know exactly how it goes on. I think that's fair to you, and I think that's fair to the manufacturer as well. What am I saying, though, at the end of it all? Well, that scope replaced an Opti62. I'm sorry, Vector Optics. The Opti62 is a better optic. Simple as that. It's a much better scope. It is bulky. It's a big old scope. You can see it just clears the breach. But it's a good scope. It's a very, very good scope. Optically, it's very, very good. It has fixed, what am I talking about? It has adjustable zoom on it from, what is it, 3 up to 18, and it's crystal clear all the way through. Focuses down to 10 yards. Has it been problem free? No, it hasn't. The quite similar actually to the what was that, ESS-LNB scope. The actual ring for the parallax adjustment did come loose and I had to glue it back on, but apart from that it's never skipped a beat, it's never lost zero, it's always been a good bit of kit. Like the Vector Optics, it comes with bikini covers, which I absolutely despise, but otherwise very, very good scope, very much worth the money. It adds the benefit as well of illuminated reticle, which the Vector Optics doesn't have. Am I saying to you, don't buy the Vector Optics, buy the Opti? Yeah, I probably am, to be honest with you. The other scope to consider, which I've had a lot of joy with, this is actually the second one that I've purchased, not because the first one broke, but because I was so impressed. I really like the Richter Optic 3-9x42 AO. Again, there's no illuminated reticle, I'll grant you that, but these are crystal clear. They held their zero really, really well. They parallax down to 10 yards as well. They come with actually quite good quality flip-up lens covers as opposed to awful bikini covers. And yeah, nice compact little scope, just slightly longer than the Richter Optic, but we won't hold that against anything. They're an inch tube, so there's a little less light transmission. But apart from that, yeah, very, very good scope. Very good scope. Now, one thing I do want to say, there is a YouTube channel who really bigs up the Vector Optic scopes, and there's a video recently where he said that anybody who criticises a product on YouTube is a troll. No, you're not. If you're getting the stuff from the manufacturer and you test it and it's rubbish, surely you should be saying that to people. You should report any problems. You shouldn't be holding on to the video and giving the manufacturer the opportunity to send you a better piece of equipment for you to test and then tell us all about, because I'm willing to bet that you're just getting the same as we'd have got that first time round. So if we bought from the manufacturer, we're probably going to buy something that's a bit pants, and we don't have the ability to go back to the manufacturer and say, no, send me a better one. We have to try and battle with a shop to get a replacement or our money back or whatever. So I really wasn't impressed by that video, and he lost a subscriber there. Not impressed. Not impressed. Anyway, let's wrap it up. The scope is okay, but it doesn't get the vending seal of approval. There you go.